Crown is considering sweeping changes to a centuries-old parliamentary act that prevents an heir to the throne marrying a Catholic. Under these changes, female royals would also be given equal rights to succeed to the throne as their brothers. Buckingham Palace is said to be ready to open dialogue on the issue, but critics are wondering why, at a time of global economic crisis, the Prime Minister is discussing a 300-year-old law which affects so few people. Our royal correspondent Nicholas Witchell is in Westminster. Nick.
It's not often that the House of Commons debates issues affecting the monarchy, but it's been doing so this morning, and the party leaders have been weighing in as well from afar, determined, it seems, to move towards some important changes to the monarchy. It's an ancient institution steeped in ancient traditions and ancient anomalies. So, for example, for more than 300 years, it's been against the law for any heir to the British throne to marry a Roman Catholic and still inherit the crown. Even older is the custom that female heirs, like Princess Anne, have to take their place in the line of succession after their brothers. So Anne, who should logically be fourth in the line to the throne, is actually 10th, below her younger brothers and their children. There's now growing cross-party consensus to remove such discrimination.
There are clearly issues about the exclusion of people from the rights of succession, and there are clearly issues that have got to be dealt with not just in Britain, but would have to be dealt with across the whole of the Commonwealth. So this is not an easy set of answers, but I think in the 21st century people do expect discrimination to be removed. And they do expect us to be looking at all these issues.
I think it's right in the 21st century to say, look, of course, men and women should have an equal right to succession, so we should change that. And I think it's right, of course, to say that if the monarch wants to marry a Catholic, they should. We shouldn't discriminate in that way.
Royal marriages and succession to the crown...
In the Commons, MPs have been debating a private member's bill proposed by a Liberal Democrat to remove the discrimination.
It's a welcome opportunity to debate what I think most people, if not every right-thinking person, would consider to be outrageous discrimination in our Constitution against Roman Catholics and equally unfair treatment of women.
A BBC News poll has found overwhelming support for such changes. We asked, should female heirs have an equal right to male heirs to become sovereign? 89% said they should, 9% said they should not. Should an heir to the throne be allowed to marry a Roman Catholic and still become monarch? 81% agreed, 15% disagreed. Yet change would be complicated. The monarch is supreme governor of the Church of England. At the coronation, he or she must take an oath to defend the Protestant religion. The Church of England is wary of anything which might undermine its special position.
I anticipate that Evan Harris has in his sights a secular monarchy, indeed no monarchy at all. And those questions are there, as it were, very close to the surface, it seems to me, of what appears to be such a harmless little bill.
Talking about such changes is one thing, of course. Carrying them out is quite another. The BBC poll found strong support, by a margin of 4-1, for the monarchy to continue after the reign of the present Queen. Britain seems comfortable with the monarchy, but it should be a monarchy without ancient anomalies.
Well, let's pick up with Nicholas now. The discussion is open here, Nicholas, but what are the chances of this bill actually coming to anything?
I think, Emily, in the short term, they're not great. The Prime Minister was very careful in his choice of words. He said that we are looking at this. He leads a government which, of course, is opposed to all types of discrimination, but he recognises how complex it is. There are 15 other Commonwealth countries of which the British monarch is head of state. They would have to be consulted and involved in any discussions, plus, of course, the very sensitive position of the Church of England, which is very keen to protect its position as the official church in England.
Nick, thanks. Nicholas Witchell at Westminster. A prominent dissident Republican has been remanded in custody by a court in County Antrim, charged with the murder of 2 soldiers. Colin Duffy, who's